Hey, what's up everybody? I hope you all having a great day and a great start to your week. Today I want to talk about being your own worst enemy. How sometimes we are our own worst enemy. I kind of talked about this last week, but I think it is great to put this in its own video. Oftentimes we are in our own head and we tend to talk down on ourselves. We tend to sometimes tell ourselves that we can't do something. It's just normal negative self-talk is something that we also call it. And oftentimes we believe it when we have no proof that that's even true. And most of the times it isn't true. So why do we sometimes do that within our head? And I think it's a mystery that we may never solve about why, no matter how hard you work on this, it still happens, that negative self-talk. Maybe it's our ego keeping us in check. But oftentimes, not, but on one side it could keep us humble, but oftentimes, and most of the times, it holds us back from becoming more and doing what we've always wanted to do. So it's really about taking control of that voice in our head, taking control of that negative self-talk that is happening to us. And I think it just takes practice in repeating a different story and telling ourselves a different story within our head, within our mind, enough times where that becomes our self-talk. We just keep repeating a new story. Like if we say, "Oh, we'll never be rich, we'll never be making $1 million a year," we change that self-talk into saying, we can do that. We can make $1 million a year, or $100,000 a year, or 6 figures. Or we are making 6 figures in a year. Changing that self-talk into something different. And keep on repeating that to ourselves, because it's about the repetition of that affirmation. And then you eventually really start to believe it. And you keep on repeating it. Of course, you also take action, and eventually it becomes a reality. But here's the deal. I think no matter how good you get at the self-talk, it'll eventually always come back. But when you start practicing and telling the story every single day, it becomes easier and easier for you to just kind of lay off that self-talk and kind of, in a way, just let it pass by. Not necessarily push it away, but just let it pass by, because it will happen, and it makes you human for it to happen to you. And I also believe as well, and if this helps you, I wanted to kind of tell you this as well, is that will you tell someone who you love that story? Will you tell them that? And I think most of us, we wouldn't, because we love we love those people, and we don't want to bring them down. So why are we telling this to ourselves, right? But I think in the end, it just takes practice, because it'll always continue to come back. And the more you practice, the easier it is for you to change that story that we're telling ourselves in our head. It might take months. It won't take days. It'll take longer than days. It might take months. It might take even years. But you keep on repeating that to yourself, and you're going to change your mind. You're going to change that story that you continue to tell yourself. And then you won't be your own worst enemy, as they always say. But yeah, my main message in this is to change the story that's continuing to maybe be in your head or be in your mind. If there is a story, if you don't have that story, or the story you're telling yourself is a good one, continue on. But if you do want to change that story, I think it's good to just to write down a story and to change that story and to repeat it in your mind every single day. And then subconsciously, you're going to change that story. So I hope that made sense to you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you ever have any suggestions for any future videos, please in the comment section below. If you ever wanted to learn how you can make some extra income around your schedule at home around things you just love to do, please visit my website, brandonsoccer.com, to learn more. And I hope you have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your week. I'll talk to you next time. Bye, everybody.